Hi everyone, today we're going to learn Microsoft Excel. Excel is the perfect tool to analyze data and find insights, but looking at all these buttons can be a little intimidating and confusing. So let's make sense of them. Let's jump into a blank workbook. Now we're going to learn something about the keyboard navigation, which are very crucial for tables. So first of all, we can use the shortcut Enter to go down. If we use Shift and Enter, we can go up. Using the key Tab, we can go to the right, and Shift and Tab, we can go to the left. If we use our arrow keys, we can freely move around as well, as you wish. Alright, so now I prepared a sentence for you. I love Excel, it is so fun. This is written in the cell F6, not in G6, even though the sentence goes above the cell F6. You can still write something down in G6, for example, hello. But now we have a problem. Our sentence we just had is cut off because the width of the column F is not big enough for the sentence. So what can we do? We can adjust the width. We can drag the column headers between F and G like this. And now we made enough space to see the whole sentence. Or we can just use autofit by double clicking between the F column and the G column, and will automatically make enough space for our sentence. The things we just learned could be used to be a solution to this problem over here. So it might happen that you encounter like this arrow, like these hashtags. Don't panic, this is just because your width of the column is not big enough for the number to fit in. So basically what we can do is the thing we just learned, like double clicking between the columns, or drag the column manually and make enough space for the number to fit in. My next important tip is if you want to fix a typo, you don't necessarily need to retype everything like this. So if you want to fix it, you can double click onto the cell and then just correct whatever you want to correct. Or you can use your F2 button and you also get this option. So let's go ahead and do our first calculation together. Excel uses basic formulas to do math. There's one golden rule, that every formula starts with an equal sign, just like this. There are some operators you can use, for example the plus sign, the minus sign, the sign for multiplication, and the sign to divide things. These are your four operators you could use. So if you want to add something, if you want to use the plus sign, we need to use the equal sign. And then just add some random numbers, for example 16 plus 4, which is 20. If you want to use the minus sign, of course you have to use the equal sign again, and do 50 minus 45, which is 5. And we're going to do the same thing for the other two operators. We're going to use your random numbers again. Now do the same thing for the last one. Alright, and that's it. That was our first calculation. Alright, so we just used some operators to do basic math. This wasn't anything special. So let's go ahead and do call references. If we do math in Excel, we don't usually type the numbers. We type in the cells. So if I want to do 40 plus 52, I use the cell A1. So I basically just click on it, do the plus sign, and use the cell I want to add. So basically I want to add the cell A5. But instead of clicking on it, you can also just type the name of the cell, the address. For example, A5. After pressing enter, you also get the result. Alright, so the next tip I want to give you guys is the option autofill. It saves a lot of time and is also very, very useful. For example, if you want to do a timetable and you need every day from Monday till Sunday, but you're too lazy to type them down, what you can do is go to the small square in the bottom right corner of the active cell. It's called the handle, and you just drag it down, for example to F7, and Excel automatically fills in the list, or it completes the list. This also works for months, just like this. The tip I just gave you with dragging down and using the handle can be also used with formulas. For example, if you use the equal sign and click on the C1 cell, plus sign, and D1 cell, you will get the result. And if you drag this cell down, it will automatically copies the formula and you don't have to type it in manually. Okay, so I prepared a table for you guys with the headers month, salary, tax rate, tax, and total. And as you can see right now, this is just a wall of text. So let's make it a little bit more readable and organize our things. So the next thing you should know is if you want to affect something, you should select it. So you have to highlight data to change it. So let's highlight our numbers in the salary. Now let's go to the ribbon over here at the top and click the drop down under the number group. This is here. So since this is our salary, since this is money, we can choose currency or the point accounting. As you can see, it added decimals and the euro sign. If you want to move the decimals, which I want to remove, you can easily just remove them by decreasing the decimal like this. Alright, so we can do the same thing for tax and total, counting, and remove the decimals. Okay, so we just formatted our cells, as you can see here, in custom, formatted them, and we can do the same thing for our tax rate. So our tax rate normally is in percentage. We can do the same here. Instead of clicking on currency and accounting, we can click the percentage over here. And now it looks a little bit better. We can also change the headers. We can use the bold, and we can also give them a background color, for example, light gray. You can also do the same thing for the months, but I don't want to, so I'm gonna leave it like this. And now we organized our table a little bit, which looks better than before. Alright, so I prepared another table for you guys. I want to show you the sorting and the filtering option. What it does is basically just, if you select your one table with words, like for example, I choose the column with my names I chose for this table, you can sort them from A to Z or from Z to A. So I'm going to choose A to Z. As you can see, the table changed and they're now in alphabetical order. You can also do the same thing with your numbers, but Excel realizes that these are numbers now, and you can sort them from smallest to largest number or from largest to smallest number. I will go with this option, sort, and my table changed again. Alright, but if you want to skip this part where you go all the time to the top right corner, you can just select your headers, your name and salary in this example, click once to sort and filter, and then click the filter option over here. You will see these little things next to your headers. This is basically the same thing, you just have it now nearby. You can sort again, can sort largest to smallest number now. Nothing really changes. The only thing that changes is you can filter now. For example, you unselect all and you just want to know, okay, what's the salary, what's Jake's salary? So we click on Jake. So he's the only one we select, right? We press OK, and now we see, okay, Jake earns 3.5 thousand a month. Now we can select all again, and our table's not changed at all. You can also sort by color, which I will show you now. Alright, so of course I had to change the colors since I didn't have colors, but you can sort by color as well. So who is blue? Who is blue? Lena is blue. Who is green? Then you see, okay, Leon is green. And this can also be helpful to organize your tables. You should definitely use it. And yeah, this is the sorting and filtering option. Alright, so this is the new table. This is a way longer one because I want to show you that there's a problem if you scroll down in long tables, the headers disappear, right? You don't see the headers no more. You don't know if you're down here, okay, what does this stand for? What's this again? I don't know. So you have to go up again to see, alright, so column B is the salary, which kind of wastes a lot of time if you have to do this over and over again, if you just forget. So there's a solution to this problem. You can select your headers, go to view up here, go to freeze panes over here, and you can choose freeze top row. So you don't even have to select, I just did it, but you can just select freeze top row, and basically if you go down now, your headers don't disappear, like they stay. And if you want to know, if you go to, I mean I can't show it now. Excel is also very good at visualizing things. So you have to do the following steps. You will select your table, go to Insert at the top, go to Recommended Charts, and then you can select the charts Excel recommended to you. You can also go to All Charts, see all the charts which are available, and just select one you prefer. And now you have a chart for your table. You can also change the colors, whatever you like, I don't know. You can also change the style, whatever fits the best for you, whatever you like. Yeah, and that's how you visualize your table. Alright, the next step will be the if function. The if function is the entry point into professional Excel usage. So basically, you're the one who sets a rule, and Excel will make decisions based on that rule you just set. So for example, you have 4 people who work for you, and if their sales are above 1,800, for example, they will get a bonus. So let's see and set the rule. Since it's a formula, we will need to use the equal sign at the beginning. So it starts with an if, and Excel automatically gives you already the correct function, the correct formula we want to use. So you can just click if, and then select the cell we want to test. We want to set the rule on, and it's B2. And if B2 is greater than 1,800, this will lead to a bonus. But if it's not, this will lead to no bonus. And this is our rule we want to set. So after we press enter, we will see, okay, so since Peter has sales more over 1,800, he will get a bonus. We will copy the function to test the other people, and we'll see Noah gets no bonus, Leon will get a bonus, and Mary won't get a bonus as well. So that's how you can set a rule with the if function, and basically Excel will do all the work for you.